Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen. Hello everyone and Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a safe New Year's Eve, even if you partied a little bit. Hey, Golden Child. Hey, Brenda. I did nothing. I was asleep when the clock struck 12. I was out like light. I do nothing on any New Year's Eve. Call me boring, call me whatever. I don't do it. Hey, Dusty. Hey, C. I'm a boring girl. I'm your resident boring girl. I'm your resident boring girl. Chappelle? Hi. Is that how you say your name? Chappelle? Like, I got this little cut on my finger that's really getting on my nerve. And it like hurt. And it's the littlest scratch. And I'm trying to figure out why you been hurting for 3 whole days? You like them like that, little boring girl? I'm sure a boring girl. I do the same thing over and over. Days when everybody be partying, I be like, what you doing? Home. You always in the house. Unless I'm making money. Sometimes I'm making money in the house. So I don't have any New Year's resolutions because I just don't do that. I believe it's a setup for failure. But I do have things that I'm gonna do this year though. I definitely have things that I'm gonna do. Goals that I've set for myself. But I don't want to say that they are New Year's resolutions. Hey, FBA, new subscriber. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, FBA Nigel. You're very welcome. Always. All of my subscribers are welcome. Thank you, Gold Professor. So you still with me? Thank you, sweetheart. So routine is nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm boring in the sense that I don't have a super duper active social life, right? I don't got a million friends and I'm everywhere and I'm always out and I'm always, you know what I mean? I'm not in the street because I'm not for the streets. Ooh, I should coin that. I should put that on something. I'm not in the street because I'm not for the street. Yeah, I got some family from Mississippi. My not necessarily Mississippi, but from Tennessee. FBA. Well, I should coin that. Ladies are not in the street because we not for the street. Ooh, I like that. I kind of like that. Because I'm certainly not running the street. I do my Uber and I make my little runs, and I make my little, you know what I'm saying, my errands and stuff. And then I'm in the house. I'm in the house after that. I'm in the house after that. I be curled up either with a book or with my laptop or something. But you know, I have some goals. Obviously, I'm gonna finish. Thank you, Miss TD, for the Cash App, beloved, my beloved sister. I got some goals. Obviously, I'm going to finish my weight loss journey. I'm just going to complete that. It's not even going to take me that long. Because I've been pretty dedicated. I have not cheated my diet at all. I've been getting real particular about different ingredients and stuff. The only thing I need to be more consistent about is my exercise. Because I'll go for like a good 2 weeks, and then like another week I be done fell off. Be like, ooh, I ain't did my exercise in a week. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get a little bit more consistent with that. But obviously I'm going to finish that. I'm going to go see about my teeth. They're not broken or raggedy or anything. But I want them whitened. I want whitening care because I need pearly whites. I've been thinking about what to do with my hair. It's healthy and it's about shoulder length, but it doesn't grow past this point. It doesn't really grow past this point. Although I clip the ends and it's very healthy. It's not breaking off or anything. Thank you, C. And thank you, Elgene, for the Cash App, sweetheart. And it doesn't go past this point no matter what I do to it. So I was thinking I need to start going to a natural hair beautician. Somebody else got to be in my head. I'm getting tired. The only problem is I need to find somebody that knows what they're doing in natural hair, because my hair is completely unprocessed. And locking it is not off the table. Because I used to have locks like a good 20, almost 25 years ago. I used to wear locks. And I know how to keep them up, and now they grow really nicely. But I ended up cutting them off. So locking it, that's not my first choice, but it's not quite off the list. And you know what? I be drinking, I don't even know if it's good. I drink Slim Fast, but the keto version of Slim Fast. And it's got collagen and all that good stuff in it. The only ingredient that I don't like, it has a little bit of dextrose. And I'm skeptical about it. Hey, Malika. I'm kind of skeptical. It said use aloe vera gel as a conditioner and make your hair grow. And then somebody else, I think it was Bayou Bunny, told me one time that I should use, what'd she say? She not castor oil, but did she say castor? Was it Jamaican? Black? Something. I forgot. She told me what it was too, but I forgot. Thank you, Ebo Sosa. Ebo said twist it up. increase the dosage of the collagen, because I only drink it I don't have like a separate collagen powder. I've been thinking that Jamaican black castor oil, that's right. See, I've been thinking about just making my own keto meal shake supplement. I think I can put one together with a little coffee, just plain brewed coffee, nothing else in it. A little cocoa powder, some coconut milk, some protein powder, and some I have monk fruit and erythritol as the sweetener. That should make a keto meal replacement. Probably put some MCT oil in it. I don't see why not. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do that. Then make my own. Did y'all stimulus hit yet? We rich. Rich. Y'all ain't rich with y'all stimulus check. They waited all the way to next year to give you $600 more. They wrong for that. Or you put collagen in your coffee. I heard somebody do that. They say they do that even though they be doing alternate day fast, and they like, listen, I don't care if it quote unquote break my fast. Like, I'm putting collagen in my coffee. You know what? Maybe I should get some collagen powder. I got mad today too, girl. I was like, I'm rich. Oh my goodness. Can I get an equal amount of likes for my views? I got 48 people. Can I get 48 likes, please? Hey, Bucket88, Happy New Year. Okay, so we're going to actually get into the topic. As we can see, the title, Why We Heal Before We Build a Broken High-Value Man. Now, as everyone should be aware, Tyrese is getting a divorce from his wife. Okay. And they're saying that it was a painful decision. It doesn't seem to be one-sided. It almost seems to be mutual. So what I'm going to do, wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah, Rick Marcus. What I'm going to do is I am going to read the article, because there are only few that he kind of mentioned what was going on, and we're going to kind of focus a little bit. So I'm not going to share my screen, so everybody just sort of listen in. The article is short. Tyrese and his wife Samantha Gibson announced on Tuesday that they're making the painful and significant decision to go their separate ways. The two had an intimate Valentine's Day wedding on February the 14th of 2017, and they shared 2-year-old daughter Soraya. We have decided to make a statement of a painful and significant development in our lives. After much thought, consideration, and prayer, we unfortunately have made the difficult decision to officially separate and divorce, the 42-year-old star wrote on his Instagram under a picture of him kissing Samantha, which she reshared on her own account. Our intention is to remain the best of friends and strong co-parents. We feel incredibly blessed to have found each other and deeply grateful for the 4 years we have been married to each other. Our journey together has been a ride of both ups and downs, but it's a journey that neither of us would have chosen to take with anyone else. We truly have so much love and respect for each other. In a follow-up IG post, the Sweet Lady singer explained how he believes that black families and marriages such as his own are quote-unquote under attack. The nearly 8-minute montage clip he posted travels back in time to their tender moments as a couple and features a new song he recorded called Better Days, in which he reflects on the promise he made to her about seeing better days together. Pain got me back in the studio. No, there's no album coming. This was inspired by the love of my life. Samantha, thank you for the years. I hope you know that I did the very best I could. I truly did. He wrote, I've wrestled with this question. How can we naturally know how to be something we were never raised by? Most of us were raised in broken homes with no examples of what being a husband, a wife, or a father is. I repeat, how can we naturally know how to be something we were never raised by? For Tyrese's 42nd birthday on Wednesday, he's a cap. One day after they announced their split, Samantha posted a video of him and Soraya and thanked him for going half on this angel with me. Hands down, the best gift I've ever been given. You saw a mother in me when I did not see one in myself. A true visionary. Soraya adores her daddy twin with her whole heart, and we are hoping, praying, and wishing you the happiest birthday, sending you positive vibes on this day. There is more to the article, but it's not really important, this the last paragraph. So here's the thing, and you'll understand why I titled this the way that I did today. Because I'm going to repeat something that Tyrese was quoted as saying in this article. He says, I did the best I could. I really did. Indicating to me that there was some dysfunction of his that may have led to the breakdown in the marriage. When he says, I did the best I could, I really did. That sounds like, to me, there were some things he was going through or dealing with within the marriage that led to, at least partially, the breakdown of that marriage. Because they don't seem, at this point, they don't seem to be bitter or viewing each other as enemies. Seems more neutral, not neutral. It seems more mutual to me, okay, than it does combative. And then he goes on to say, I've wrestled with this question. How can we naturally know how to be something we were never raised by? Most of us were raised in broken homes with no examples of what being a husband, wife, or father is. So I repeat, how can we naturally know how to be something we were never raised by? Thank you, Book of Ronan. Accountability dodgeball will always prove costly, especially for an all too accommodating culture. That's true. So what that says to me is that if you break this down into the 10 life values model, he has had success on what I've come to think of as the external 5: mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. He's had success there. Okay? His external success. Tyrese Gibson is a high value man. He is. He's been a model, a singer, an actor. He's a good looking man. Women all over the world like him. Okay? He's a multimillionaire. All right. His mobility is off the chain because of his wealth. I don't know how far he has gone in education, but his profession, leisure, wealth, and mobility are all off the chain. So that it's such that if he wanted to pursue more education, he could, and that would not be anything that was strenuous to him, at least not financially. Okay. So his external 5 are set. It's part of what makes him a high value man. All right. But this high value man that seemingly married a compliant woman, a woman he loves very much, a woman he saw as not only wife material, but motherhood material. She doesn't seem, at this point in time, she doesn't seem to be being vindictive or anything of that nature. They're saying it's a mutual split rather than she's divorcing him or she initiated the divorce. Okay. And with all of his external 5 pretty much in divine order, he was unable to maintain a healthy, fulfilling relationship because it is ending in separation and divorce. Now, hopefully they get back together. They seem like a loving couple, so I'm hoping things actually work out for them. But as it stands, they are separated and getting a divorce. Okay. So what that tells me is that his internal 5 of the 10 life values model is not in order, or at least some parts of it. What are the internal 5? Spiritual, health, family, appearance, dwelling. He's definitely having problems in family and dwelling. Other factors may be playing a part into that, but we don't know his life like that. He seems to be spiritually grounded in some way. So, you know, when he talks about spiritual matters, he talks about God, he talks about, so I don't think that Tyrese is completely absent of any type of spiritual grounding. I don't know how deep it is for him, but he seems to have some grasp of a higher power, or, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Okay. Doesn't seem to be going through any outward health issues or anything like that. Seems to always have been a fit type of guy, you know what I'm saying, especially once he was discovered and then he went into like modeling to a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of modeling and then some singing and then some acting. Okay. But he's having problems in his family and his dwelling. Now, he had some issues before because his previous mother of his other child, that was ugly. Everybody remembers, what more do you want from me? Everybody remembers that, right? Because it became a meme. But it was indicative of a deep family problem. He had a deep family problem because that family was broken up. He was not living with that mother and that child, although he appeared to be a very doting father. He doesn't appear to be an absent father. He seems like he really loves his children. Okay. But that family was broken. So that's a problem right there. A broken family. Doesn't really matter why. It's problematic that that first core family was broken. So then he tries again to recreate a family, potentially with a better woman. All right. This woman doesn't seem to be recalcitrant with him. Okay. She, for all intents and purposes, from the outside looking in, as people that don't know them, they seem to be going along pretty well. Okay, I've never seen any posts or any little celebrity news where his wife was doing something crazy and it made him look crazy and it made him look bad and then he had to do damage control. You know, I have not seen that. So he supposedly has went to go and get a more compliant woman with which to build his life. Okay, he wanted a family, and they welcomed a daughter into that family. And I don't believe that either one of them really had any intent on splitting. I think that they really loved each other. I don't think that she was there trying to gold dig or anything like that. I think that she really cares for Tyrese, and I think that he cares for her also. At least I'm hoping that that's what it is. So even with going to get a better grade of woman, he still couldn't hold that marriage together, high value man or not. And you're supposed to be able to hold a marriage together if you're a high value man that's got all your ducks in a row and a compliant woman at your side. You should be able to hold that relationship together. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you should be able to hold that relationship together. Because see, here in this space, we are told that a man only needs the external 5 to be a successful man that has all his stuff together. He only needs his mobility, his education, his profession, his leisure, and his wealth in order. And he can ignore, actually, the internal 5. His spiritual, his health, his family, his appearance, and his dwelling. He actually can ignore that, because if you have the external 5 to a high degree, you can actually mask any problems that are going on in the internal 5. And this, I believe, is what Tyrese is saying when he's saying, how do we become something, or how do we be something? Basically, we didn't see an example of that, indicating that I've made a lot of mistakes that I probably should not have made and probably wouldn't have made had I had a good positive example of how this is supposed to go, instead of feeling my way through and basically breaking these families up, even when I don't have any intention of breaking the family up. I want to keep my family together. I don't want to break it. Right? So he doesn't want to break his family, yet he has two families now, that he was the head of, that he was the leader of, that are now broken. So when we say heal before we build, this is an example, because Tyrese has built, but he did not heal. He built for himself a grand life than anybody would like to live, especially from the outside looking in. Anybody would like to be a multimillionaire. Any man would like to be viewed as generally, he's a good-looking man. Can have any woman across the globe. All he got to do is go there and show up. And women will be like, oh, Tyrese, oh, they fawning over him. All he got to do is sing a note here and there. He's starred in the Fast and the Furious, a multi-billion dollar movie franchise. Other movies he's starred in, all kinds of stuff, right? He can take a trip anywhere across the globe. His mobility is at an all-time high. Wealth, leisure, his profession has been settled for years now. Since he was in his early 20s, a teenager? got him young because, you know, he was talented. Remember when we first saw Tyrese singing on the bus for Coca-Cola? You know what? See, he knows he needs healing. What I don't know is whether or not he knows what's broken. I would love to present Tyrese with the 10 life value system and the Fatherhood Academy Father's Time system. He would be a new man in that area. If this video ever reaches Tyrese Gibson, you can contact me at kdavis3678@gmail.com. I know of a system that'll turn your life around. It'll help you pinpoint the things in your life that need work. And that will help you, hopefully, to repair the relationships in your life that you wish to repair. Namely, your marriage to Samantha. You'll see your life in a totally different way. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'll see your life in a different way. That's a message to Tyrese. Now, he may not ever see this video, but that's the message that I have. 10 life values. Sir, you need to find and pinpoint within your spiritual, your health, your family, your appearance, and your dwelling value where the problems may lie. That would be the internal work that you would have to do. It's better than any therapy session. He'll be a new man. If he subscribed to the 10 life values and the Fatherhood Academy system, new man. Because we can't reverse time, right? We can't go back and be re-raised in better situations. And he's like 42, so he's a Gen Xer. He's my age. And we got messed up. You know, Tyrese was raised in the hood. So we got messed up, you know, in a lot of different ways. Thank you, Malika. So the majority of us in the Black community are not taught how to conduct and perform in relationships. It's up to us to heal ourselves individually. Exactly. Which is why I don't understand where the pushback is coming from when we say heal before you build. Because you'll build something and it will be destroyed later because you never dealt with the dysfunction that you have. And sometimes you will be the one to destroy what you built, not somebody else. And they're running around talking about, well, you know, how long we supposed to be in the healing phase. I posit that you never entered it. You never entered into the healing phase, let alone time to get out of it. You haven't started. Coming to YouTube, to the Black Manosphere space, to complain about your problems with women, it can be therapeutic, but it is not a healing session. Because no one has brought up to you until now an actual process by which you heal, which is the 10 life values. No one before now has actually presented a system that breaks down life into 10 core main parts that you can look at, because everybody's not suffering in the same part. Right? You know your own life. You know who you are and what you've gone through. So you get to decide and pinpoint for yourself, I need work here, I need work here, I'm good here, I'm good here, I'm really good here, but I'm not very good here. And this has always been a problem. I think I kind of know why I'm not good here. And let me see if I can get some help or help myself with this issue that I'm having. Oh, thank you so much for the Cash App. RP, not the Cash App, the PayPal. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Right? Because just getting your external stuff together is not enough. Tyrese is proving that. He even went to go and get a compliant woman. That doesn't cover up your dysfunction and your need to heal, because that's the other thing in this space. Well, you need to just go and get another woman from another culture. To do what? Ruin her? Because you still haven't fixed yourself. Unloading your seed in a woman from Peru is not going to heal you. Oh, thank you so much, Curtis Clinton, then. Thank you. Unloading your seed in a woman from Trinidad is not going to help you. All right? Because everywhere you go, there you are. So if you're not going to address what's going on inside of you, then all you're going to do is leave a trail of broken people behind you and broken pieces. And what you're going to do is blame them for being broken. No, but you broke them. You had a hand in that. Because you are broken. Hurt people hurt people. Yeah, I said it. The first step to SYSBM, to save yourself, black man, is to heal thyself, black man. That's the first step of SYSBM. That's number one. That's the first way you start saving yourself. So that if you do venture outside of this culture, you will understand that you are a whole man. And you're not a broken man, and therefore you won't visit brokenness on other people. Thank you, Bronze. The objective when you're coming cold type from the 10 life value system is excellence, not perfection. Because 9 out of 10 times, and sometimes 10 out of 10 times, we understand what's wrong with us. However, what we don't get is how to approach the problem in a way that doesn't overwhelm us. And that's what the 10 life values actually helps to do, to break the elephant down into consumable chunks. Because a lot of times we just don't know where to start. But in the 10 life values actually gives you a point to start at, which is spiritual. Now, some people actually have a strong spiritual base, right? But their family is in shambles, or their appearance is in shambles, or their dwelling is bad, or their profession is bad, or something of that nature. So something is missing or not in a good place. And usually we know what that is. We know what that place is. We know where it is in our lives. And therefore we get to address it when it is placed in a way that we can digest mentally. Because we can say, man, I'm messed up, but you don't know why you don't know how you're messed up, and you don't know how to approach being messed up. You may know that your family life is bad, but you don't even know how to approach that or why it's bad. Where can you find a breakdown of the 10 life values? Here is the website link for just a breakdown of the 10 life value system. Thank you, RJ. Happy New Year, said Dr. Kendra D. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, said RJ. Happy New Year's. Thank you. And New, thank you for the Cash App. So the link that I put in the chat is the link to the website that just sort of breaks down the 10 life value system. You can go, if you go, it'll talk about the vision of it. There's a little quick video, the inspiration for how the system was developed. And then up at the top, it actually has what you can click where it says the system and sort of see how it's supposed to work, or how it does work for you. So hopefully that was helpful for anybody that wants to click that link. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's how you find it. I was talking to, I want to say your name right, Cold Type. So how you measure it is, you know when you've been fixed, right? Because you begin to see improvements. No problem, see. You begin to see improvements in your life. Improvements how you think, how you feel, how you approach things. It just gives a construct for people to say, you know what? I've never heard my life broken down into 10 sections before. This makes sense. Now I've got somewhere to focus my energy and attention. I have somewhere to focus. Instead of it's everywhere, my focus is everywhere and I don't know where to put it. I don't know where to put my energy in order to fix the things that are broken in my life. It actually gives a way to do that. But we need to be able to, understand why myself, BJ, Sheep are saying heal before we build. And this isn't to say, oh, you can't do the external 5 as long as you're working on the internal 5. You may have to do it simultaneously. That's another thing that we have to get out of our minds, is this super dichotomous thinking. Everything is black and white. It's either this or that. It can't be both. We have to get out of that thinking. Two things can be true at once. You may need to build, but you also may need to heal at the same time. My thing is, stop ignoring the 5 internal values. Stop ignoring that part of it. Just because you may be able to be successful in the external 10 doesn't mean you get to ignore your internal self. Happy New Year, Miss Shonda. It doesn't mean you get to ignore the other parts of you. Well, see, Dwayne H., sometimes people do have to heal before, because they can't even get to the build part because they're too broken to deal with it. They're too broken to even see a path before them that'll help them do other things in life. Some people are too broken. Even if you bring them a solution to their problems, some people are so broken that they can't even see solutions for what they are. And also, even if they recognize, okay, this is a solution, but I can't use it because I'm too broken. See what I'm saying? So that's why we say heal before we build, because some people can do simultaneously. Most of us have to, because, you know, life is going on, right? Your external life is going on. It keeps going on. So most of us don't have time to just, you know, separate from the world and go on a 10-year hiatus to fix our spiritual selves. Like, most of us don't have that luxury. But at the same time, we have to start making time and effort to address what's going on with us. Because as we get older and as things keep going, sometimes we self-sabotage. Sometimes we break what we build. We break the people that are trying to build with us. You know, because we don't understand what we're doing wrong. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing wrong. We just know it turns out wrong. So we're not trying to tell everybody, oh, don't build anything, don't do anything for yourself until you know what I'm saying, do this mysterious, vague healing. First of all, when I talk about healing, I'm not talking about anything mysterious or vague. I'm talking about a practical 10-step way to get to it. And each person has to set their own goals. If your family life is jacked up, then you need to be able to set goals on how you're going to fix that. Thank you, Roger Report. You need to be able to set goals on how you're going to fix that. If your spiritual self is messed up, you ignore that. You ignore who you are spiritually and your soul and your mind. You need to address that. That can be meditation, it can be a religion, it can be whatever. Right? And I think the pushback that we're kind of getting is like saying, oh, you just don't want us to go forward. You want us to stay in the healing process. The first thing that I would offer to that is you're not even in a healing process. So you can't stay in a place you ain't never been. And number two, nobody said stay stuck. The purpose of healing and the result of healing is your ability to move, is mobility. Mobility, that's why it's the first of the 5 external, because that's the first thing you achieve. When you get yourself together, the first thing you achieve is mobility. When you get the 5 internal things together, the first thing you're able to do is move. You can move now. You can move within yourself. Your mind becomes unstuck. You become unstuck so that you can actually see the path that you need to go down. You can't get a whole bunch of dysfunctional people together and say, okay, now be functional so we can build something. Y'all be functional. You can't even achieve that in an online space. Okay, now come together and be functional. They didn't come together and be functional. All of our dysfunctions began to play out as this space continued to exist and go on for years. The dysfunction of us as a community played out in condensed form. So when I employed the 10-line value system, I started at my spiritual base to shore that up, to do the things that I knew I was supposed to be doing that maybe I wasn't doing anymore, or wasn't doing to the level that it should be done. So I shored that up. Then I began to address my health at the same time. See, some of this stuff is worked simultaneously. I started addressing my health. I started addressing my weight. I started addressing those things. And then I started addressing my emotional health, because that began to be affected as I worked on my spiritual self and my physical health, and my emotional health. And it actually brought up to the surface a lot of the old dysfunctions that I hadn't even recognized as dysfunctions. And then I began to work on my family, making sure that I keep the family bonds the way that they're supposed to be kept, and things of that nature. Then I worked on appearance. I worked on, my clothing, how I appeared to the world, how I conducted myself on YouTube, which is another way to appear to the world. That's what the change was all about. That's why the image change, right? And then I worked on my dwelling. I worked on the actual space, beautifying the space. It actually has an effect on your spiritual self and your emotional well-being and all of those things. So I basically went down the line. Okay, let me check it, and not just say, oh, I'm fine, because you're not fine, because you're unable to reach certain goals, and there's a reason why you can't reach them. Because I'm very intelligent, I'm very creative, and all of those, but it takes more than that. It takes you not having certain types of dysfunction that hinder you from moving forward. And that's what I was dealing with. And in a lot of ways, I didn't even realize that I was dealing with that. But in order, the only ingredient that's needed for the 10 life values to work is honesty with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself about what you need. So sometimes you wonder why you can't move forward. Sometimes you wonder why, I got these goals and I got these things in my mind that I want to do. And it just doesn't seem like things ever line up, or things ever, come in a way where I can move forward. A lot of times it's our own energy that blocks the way. I realized that I was self-sabotaging. I didn't even think of myself as a self-sabotager. I think of myself that way. It never occurred to me until I start working through the 10 life values, and like, wait a minute. I do sabotage. Like, I do get in my own way. Like, I'll get right on in my own way. Don't even think that I'm doing it. It doesn't occur to me or feel like that's what I'm doing. But the certain energy that I bring to something, and it's like you bring this kind of negative or kind of defeated energy to things, and it defeats you. That's why you can't go no further. Good, because you bring that negative defeated energy, and then it plays out, and then you wonder what happened. Well, you brought negative defeated energy to it, and then wonder why it didn't succeed. Thank you, Mac Ross. Had to start changing the way you think on stuff, changing how you view stuff, changing your perspective on things. Had to start changing. Very transformative. You start to understand what you weren't given, but then how to acquire the tools you weren't given before. All right. Okay, so that's how you addressed it, DE? Yeah, you can't, because you know what? We have blind spots when it comes to ourselves. And it just is what it is. It doesn't make us bad people. It doesn't make us anything like that. Everyone has blind spots when it comes to them. It's just certain things you don't see about yourself that other people looking at you, they see it. They're like, nope, that's problematic. Start listening to other people's assessments of you. People that you trust. And if they've got kind of all the same experience of you, you need to look at it, especially if it's not a good one. Because people are experiencing you how you present, regardless of how you think you present. And that's one of the pills I had to swallow. It doesn't matter what my intent was for doing a certain thing. If people experience me negatively, they're experiencing me negatively. Can't stop them from doing it. You can't stop them from having that reaction. You just need to sit back and think about why they're experiencing you like that. Thank you, Feed Me Leaks. Y'all, I smell like vanilla and pineapples. Now, when I get dressed like this to come on camera, I put perfume on as if y'all can smell it. And I got like a lot of body oils yesterday, and one of them is pineapple. And I put it on. And it was real pineapple-y when I put it on, and now I only smell like vanilla now. Which is a good thing. Like, it smells really awesome. But it's weird how body oils will mingle with whatever pheromones you've got going and change the scent. That was way off topic. But I'm sitting here smelling it, and it smells so good. Yeah, I started journaling too, Dwayne. I did journal. Just start writing. What are you doing? Writing down other people's assessments of you and comparing their notes. Okay, they said this, they said that. And stop jumping on the defensive. When people say they're experiencing you a certain kind of way, we have a tendency to defend ourselves. Well, you know, I was only trying to do this. And I had that bad trying to defend myself. Thank you. C said, after marriage, all my brokenness spilled out. I've had to humble myself and work to heal for the sake of my family. Hopefully, it'll inspire my loved ones to do the same. Thank you. Definitely. You know, my husband passing actually brought out a lot of my brokenness too. Sometimes being in those relationships, especially kind of when they work, they kind of hide what's going on with you. And when I no longer had him as my cover, my brokenness did come out. My dysfunctions came out. Realized I had a lot of masculine traits. I had a lot of, you know, like different little things that I would do that were just not, they weren't good. And they sort of were not congruent to stuff I knew to be right. So I definitely understand what you're saying. And you do, and it's humbling. It's humbling to those who take the mission on to say, you know what, I am going to heal. I am going to be better. I am going to do this. I'm going to do this. You're very welcome, Dwayne. I hope you have an awesome hike. That sounds awesome. You hiking right now? That sounds awesome. So I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. Just wanted to point out this issue with healing. Becoming a high value person, or in this case a high value man, is only part of the work. That's only half the work. That's only the external 5. half the fun. I was reading your message, Brenda, and said fun. That's half the work. But what about the other half? Why are you ignoring that? Why are we ignoring that? Why are we ignoring what's going on with us internally? All right, so we're going to go ahead and sign off. Before we do, please don't forget to go into the description box and hit the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. This is an herbal solution for men. So for the guys, go ahead and make your purchase. You can get 10% discount using the code Kendra10, okay, at checkout. And for the ladies, get this for the men in your lives. They will thank you. I guarantee you that they will. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Peace out. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.